All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Habushai. And as you see for the title, right, it's a more end time prophecy, late night end time prophecy, right? Well, it ain't really that late. 10:30. It says, first it was cattle dropping dead. So we know in Kansas, now this is in Kansas. Now we heard about the cattle, about the thousands of cattle dropping dead in Kansas, right? Which is also a supply to our food, how we get our food, and how farmers make their money. And it says, and now wheat crops in Kansas are failing on a massive scale. So not only is the cattle just died, but also the wheat, they're having a bad. And it's crazy because farmers been warning us about this time. Farmers been trying to tell us that it's going to be a bad time, bad time for them. But they haven't been getting a voice because, of course, the media not finna put them out there saying, we finna have a famine. They're not gonna put them out there. They're not gonna have them the face of the media, the face of NBC, the face of BBC News. They're not finna have them being the face of that, telling people, hey, we barely growing crops. But Kansas is one of the I think out of Kansas, they the best. Well, it said right here, the wheat state. It said down here. I'm finna get into this article. Now, this is real big, and I'm gonna show you after I get done that this Bible is indeed real, man. These prophecies in the Bible, and you have people trying to forsake the Old Testament. I'm gonna get you something. I'm gonna get you some scriptures out of Joel that proves that, the Old Testament, you need the Old Testament. It's still alive. Prophecy is still being fulfilled in the Old Testament, right? This prophecy right here. This is right. This happening right now, and the cattle dying, the food houses getting burnt down. That is prophecy that's being fulfilled. It says, I'm gonna show you. Did you know that Kansas is known as the wheat state? In 2021, it produced nearly 1/4 of all wheat. Hold up, Salaki. Trying to see hold up. All right, where I left off. It produced nearly 1/4 of all wheat that was harvested in the United States. Needless to say, we really need Kansas to come up big again this year because the war in Ukraine, and it's not like the person that's writing this article, he wants to save America. This person writing this article, love America. He don't want America to go for real. To my son, we really need Kansas to come up. No, we don't need Kansas to come up. We need Kansas to go through this even worse so we can get out of here. What was it? Nevertheless, to say we really need Kansas to come up big again this year because the war in Ukraine and a number of other factors have combined to bring us to the precipice of an absolutely horrifying global food crisis, and that's coming. The Bible speaks about famine. All throughout the scriptures, it speaks about famine. It's gonna start with the farmers. It's gonna start with the farmers, and it's gonna start with those warehouses getting burnt down like it's doing now. The food warehouses getting burnt down. It's gonna start with the crops. It's starting with the crops. Unfortunately, things are not going well. He said, unfortunately. This man want to say, this is Edomite. Unfortunately, things are not going well in Kansas this year. In fact, wheat crops in much of the state are failing. They are failing on a massive scale, but our people ain't worried about this. Our people, man, they brushed it off. We worry about the NBA finals. The Golden State just won. Curry got his 4th ring, MVP. Hey man, should he be with the should he sit with the table with LeBron now? Is he worthy enough to sit at the table with Michael Jordan them? Is he worthy enough to sit there now? Can he sit by Kobe now? That's what that people worrying about. Our people are worrying about is Steph Curry worthy enough to sit with LeBron out at the table? Is he in a race of being the greatest player of all time? That's what our people worry about. They not worried about no failing on no food levels, no crops ain't doing good. They can care less about that. This time of a year, this time of year, the wheat growing in this part of western Kansas should be thigh high and lush green. But as a months long drought continues, it's a drought, man. To parch the region, many fields tell a different story. There's nothing out there. It's dead. Now this is what farmers are saying. These are people that do this for a living, that grow crops for a living, that keep up with the farming and all those. They telling you this. Vance, I'm just say Vance E. I don't know what type of last name he got, but there's nothing out there. It's dead. Farmer Vance E said, surveying a wheat field near his land in Lance County. It's just ankle high, straw. It's just at its ankle. How you gonna eat like that? How you supposed to eat when the wheat crops are just at your ankles? At this point, the U.S. Department of Agriculture is telling us that 41% of all wheat in Kansas is in poor or very poor condition. Man, that's the Most High judging this, man. If you don't see what's going on, bro, you need to open your eyes. Stop playing around. The Most High is literally judging this place, bro. I'm telling you, he gonna come hard with the food. Once this famine fully kick off, it's raps. It's raps. That could be. Well, I know it's gonna be. That's gonna be part of Jacob's trouble. Part of setting Jacob's trouble off the food. When we loan food, people go crazy when it's loan food. People gonna start robbing places. Then they have to declare martial law. They're gonna start stealing food. You know what I'm saying? Out of going into McDonald's, taking fries out, not paying. You know, they're gonna light McDonald's on fire. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a protest. You know, that's gonna be one of the reasons why. It's gonna be martial law. The situation is particularly dire in the western portion of the state. It is being reported that many fields of wheat in western Kansas now resemble barren wastelands. Across western Kansas, many fields planted with wheat months ago now look like barren wastelands. So just imagine you plant, wheat months ago. It's looking good, it's growing healthy. Now all of a sudden it look like a wasteland now. That's judgment from the Lord, man. The gapping spaces between rows of brown, shriveled plants reveal hardened dirt that's scarred with deep cracks from baking in the sun. Of all the years for drought to hit western Kansas, wheat farmers, couldn't have come at a worse time. So, hey, man, the Most High really keeping it real. The Most High really, I ain't gonna get all this for sake of the video, but I guess I'll stop right here and I read this, 'cause I got some more to get into. But yeah, y'all get the point. Hey, man, the Most High using the heat, to kill the crops and also kill the animals as well to start this famine up. It said even though the price of wheat has soared to crazy levels, it is being estimated that somewhere around 10% of all wheat fields in Kansas will not even grow enough crops to bother harvesting them. That's crazy, man. That's the Lord, man. The Lord. That is really bad news. This is good news. What did you talk? This is great news. But the truth is that things are even worse in college. And I think a pastor wrote End Times News, End Time headline. I think this Edomite is a pastor. This is what I'm saying, bro. Get out these churches. This man is talking about it's bad. He know that this gotta happen. It's gotta happen. He talking about this is bad news. That's how you know. That's how you know pastors want this place to continue to go. Pastors want this place to continue on. Talking about this bad news. But the truth is that things are even worse in Colorado and Texas. To the west in Colorado, projections say nearly 1/3 of wheat fields won't produce enough to bother harvesting. In Texas, around 3/4 of the crops will likely be abandoned. So it's even worse in Texas and Colorado, man. I think and that's what most of. Hey, man, it's finna get real, man. You know what I'm saying? It's finna get real. And if you understand, I know the farmers understand clearly what's going on. I know the farmers that have family, they stacking up on food. They probably losing their mind right now, man. But a lot of our people, we're not paying attention to things like this. So of course we're not gonna lose our mind until it actually hit, until the news come out and say, oh yeah, it's a crisis, it's a famine. So it's gonna be too late. Then you ain't been watching, so you're gonna get caught up out there. What that precept I want. Let me get that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that verse in Joel. What I'm talking about. And I'm come back to this. This is real talk. Check this out. Check out what I'm saying. This Joel chapter 1 verse 15. At last for the day for the day of the Lord is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Is not the meat cut off before our eyes? Is not the meat cut off before our eyes? Yeah, joy and gladness from the house of God. So the Bible say, ain't the meat cut off from the cut off right before our eyes? Like we seeing the meat getting cut off. It ain't fully getting cut off yet, but we seeing the process of it getting cut off. Now what is it talking about? Let's go to it. The meat getting cut off right before our eyes. Extreme heat kills thousands of cattle. And I did a video on this. If brothers and sisters want to go check it out, I ain't gonna read it because I did a video on it, but go check it out. This is the meat getting cut off right before our eyes. The animals. These are the meat sources. They're getting cut off right before our eyes. Thousands of cattle just died. Okay, now let me go back to the verse. It's the seed is rotten under their clods. The gardeners are laid desolate. The barns are broken down, for the corn is withered. Right? Hold up, let me see. Hold on. The seed is rotten under the clothes. It's like if I said that wrong. Matter of fact, let me get that. Clod, a lump of earth or clay. Clods. The seed is rotten under their clods. The gardeners are laid desolate. The barns are broken down, for the corn is withered. Now we seeing this stuff happen, man. We seeing these things happen. We seeing these matter of fact, let me see if I matter of fact, let me get this precept, because we seeing these things getting burnt down. They getting broken down. Things getting burnt down. Food, actually food, it's a lot of food, facilities have been burnt down with fire. Let me get that. Was it this one too? Boom, another one. This happened last month. Tens of thousands of chickens have just been wiped out in yet another accidental fire. I'm gonna read this first, the top part. Let me read this part. Massive flames burnt down a barn with tens of thousands of chickens in Wright County. The Most High did that. The fire started late Saturday night at Forsman Farms in Howard Lake, causing major damage. And that was last month. That was last month. I'm trying to find the other one I seen. I seen another one. It was more. I've been seeing a lot of them food spots getting here go boom, another one. May 31st, last month. Accidental fires continue to take place at food processing facilities all across the U.S. We are supposed to believe that what we are witnessing is just one tragic accident after another. We aren't supposed to see any sort of a pattern. And we aren't supposed to ask any questions. Last month, I wrote an article about 16 mysterious fires. Yes, it's that 16 that have happened at important food industry facilities in the U.S. Why this not getting talked about on a mass scale? See that? Why is this not getting talked about on a mass scale? Food industry facilities in the U.S. states since the start of 2022. Unfortunately, this trend has continued since that time. In fact, there have been more accidental fires in recent days, and I believe that the American people deserve some answers. You're not going to get no answers. You're not going to get no answers. Period. None. They're not finna, just like with the thousands of cattle dying, you have people questioning that. Well, did they really die of the heat? Did somebody poison them? They, kind of like an inside job, like it was set up. You're not going to get no answers. They're not finna come out and be like, well, yeah, the government did this. Yeah. They're not finna come out and tell you that. When had they ever did that? You just got to know. You got to know prophecy. Go back to it. If we send, this is thing. If not the meat cut off before our eyes, that's another part of the meat getting cut off before our eyes. Them food facilities getting burnt down, like 16, probably more than that now, because that was last month. Them being burnt down. Cattle dying. Wheat ain't growing. You feel what I'm saying? It's a famine slowly happening. Wake up. Stop playing. The seed is rotten. Oh, I already read that. The gardeners are laid desolate. The barns. Hello. The corn, the wheat, all that's withered. In Kansas, now if that happening, and even if the Most High doing this, even if the Most High using Esau to do this, the Most High putting the spirit on Esau to do this. The Most High using Kansas, I think Kansas the best wheat, the best wheat state. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that farming, they catching hell right now with the cattle and with the wheat. So the Most High using them, to start the famine. How do the beasts groan? The herds of cattle are perplexed because they have no pasture. You have animals getting sick. I just did a video on that yesterday. I did a video on that yesterday of how it's a bird flu out. You know what I'm saying? Animals getting sick. Monkeypox, animals getting sick. Hey, they mourning. Now, guess how they gonna mourn when you have animals that only eat certain things like corn, like wheat and all that. Imagine how they gonna feel when it ain't no more of that. They gonna lose their mind. They gonna lose their mind. You might start seeing animals that don't even eat meat, eating meat when that famine come in. Oh Lord, to thee will I cry, for the fire has devoured the patches of the wilderness. Now this wildfires have been going on, and the flames have burned all trees of the field. The beasts of the fields cry also unto thee, for the rivers of water are dried up. Boom. Now that's starting. I'm gonna show you. Let me show you this first. Oh Lord, for the fire hath devoured the patch of the wilderness. So let's get some wildfires. Let's get some wildfires. There's gonna be a lot of these. Boom. Spelled it wrong. Typing too fast. Shortages of everything. This was in April. Western U.S. on heightened alert for increasing extreme and dangerous wildfires. I get the first part. As more than 500 firefighters battled massive flames across the Southwest, helicopters buzzed overhead with buckets of water for the first time on Thursday. Over the past week, at least half of a dozen wildfires raced across Arizona. Colorado been catching it. Colorado and Texas and Kansas, them three been catching it. Breaking records for being the hottest. You know what I'm saying? Being wildfire week, they going crazy. New Mexico, that the spring winds combined with little precipitation and warm weather will only help heal the fires. Slacky, that's Satan. Only help fuel the fires. But check this out. And going back to it, I want to get the one in Mexico. I passed it. Boom. New Mexico wildfire has grown to the largest in state history. Now, this is prophecy, man. This is prophecy. Not only is this stuff going to be happening in America, it's going to be happening around the world. A massive wildfire that had been burning for weeks is now the largest in New Mexico history. The Hermit's Peak fire, which merged with the Calf Canyon fire earlier this month, has burned more than 465 square miles, an area nearly the size of Los Angeles. This surpasses the 464 square miles burnt by the Whitewater Baldy Complex fire. Complex fire in 2012, previously the largest in state history. Hey man, so we getting closer to that time, man. We getting closer to that time. So let me go back to Joel. This Bible is alive. Let's see, some 12. Going back, the beasts of the field cry also unto thee. Oh, before I get this, I wanted you to see something. I want y'all to watch this. This is going back into the I about forgot. It's going back into the food plants getting burnt down. Some more facts on it. All praise to the Most High. Remember.
This is Dabu 7. With everything that we've got going on across the country and around the world, we should pay attention to what's happening to these food processing facilities. We are near 100 facilities that have gone up in flames, torched, destroyed within the past year or so. This time, this plant coming out of Wisconsin, this is a place that had 70 firefighters from multiple different departments battling this massive fire. This is Festive Foods in the eastern Portage County area. American Red Cross was on the scene also to help give out food and water to people battling this, but this is a big time situation that we have here in this country. And as we scroll down here and we take a look, there is a list that dates back to the very first fire they were tracking on 1/11/21. Guys, this is almost at 100. This would be the 98th, well actually the 97th right there on the list as of 6/13. Per this list, so we are at almost 100 places that have been burnt to the ground. in terms of our food in this country. This isn't a coincidence. There's something major going on. I mean something major. And if people just want to keep turning a cheek, it's going to catch up to them. All the people that just want to keep looking the other way with everything going on, it's going to catch up to you. One way or another. They're coming down all avenues. And this is significant, very serious. Our food production is under attack in this country, among other things. Join me on the live stream, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, where I talk about things like this, censorship-free and in greater detail. Find links below, hit that subscribe button, and that bell notification for more. It's been Dabu7. Stay sharp.
See that? See that? Hey man, hey, the Most High working, bro. The Most High is working right now, man. The Most High is indeed working right now. And that's a spirit booster for the brothers and sisters that been in this thing, man, patiently waiting on the Most High. It's a spirit booster. Now I want y'all to check this out. Let me show you something real quick. Let me show you how real this Bible is. Revelation 16:12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon a great river, Euphrates. Now that's a real river. That's not a river that was, but it was back then. It ain't a river no more. This is a river that you can look up right now. And the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. So the Bible said, amen. The Bible said the river, this was prophecy, that the river Euphrates is going to be dried up. Now let's see what's going on with the Euphrates River right now. Oh, I spelled it wrong. It been drying up since like 2021. Euphrates River is drying up, just like how the scriptures say. Just like how the scriptures say, it's drying up. This river that the Bible said that was going to be drying up is drying up. Now it's a video on it. I ain't watched it, but I'm finna click on it.
So many people don't know this, but if you qualify for this new program through Pink Energy, you...
Syria's longest river has receded, parching trees and leaving families of local farmers without water to drink. Aid groups and engineers have warned of a looming humanitarian...
Look at that. Look at that. That was a whole river. Look at it.
...disaster in northeast Syria. Plummeting water levels at hydroelectric dams have led to power cuts for up to 5 million Syrians since January. This comes in the middle of a pandemic and economic crisis. The Euphrates runs for almost 2,800 kilometers across Turkey, Syria and Iraq. It irrigates swathes of land in Syria and runs through 3 hydroelectric dams that provide power and drinking water to millions. However, over the past 8 months, the river has contracted and increasing the risk of dam turbines grinding to a halt. Experts say that there is an alarming drop in water levels, which has not been witnessed since the dam's completion in 1999. Since January, the water level has plummeted by 5 meters. It hovers just dozens of centimeters above the so-called dead level. Experts say that power generation has already fallen by 70% since last year across northeast Syria. 2 out of 3 of all portable water stations along the river are pumping less water or have stopped working. Almost 90% of the Euphrates flow comes from Turkey. Syria's Kurds have accused Ankara of holding back more water than necessary in its dams. In June, Damascus urged Turkey to increase the flow immediately. Fresh water supply from the station on another river has been disrupted at least 24 times since 2019. This has affected 400,000 60,000 people. A UN climate change report released this month found human influence had almost definitely increased the frequency of simultaneous heat waves and droughts worldwide. According to the 2019 Global Crisis Risk Index, dry spells are to become longer and more severe around the Mediterranean, with Syria most at risk.
Now, these folks can't do nothing about that. You know, they can't help that the river is drying up. Why they can't? Because this is biblical prophecy. Some more rivers drying up. You know, Colorado River states need to drastically cut down their water usage. Now look at it. I want you to look at how the Colorado River looking right now. I'm not gonna read it because it's long. I know this video already. I don't want the video to be too long, but on y'all time, y'all read it. Y'all can go to it, type in "rivers drying up" and read it. Get into the article. Look at it. Look at it. And that was in 2019. Come on, man. Longest river in Italy is drying up, threatening local agriculture. So the longest river in Italy is drying up. See that? So ain't that what Joel just said? Save the Rio Grande. The iconic river is drying up. Come on, man. This is prophecy, man. That's Satan. You know what I'm saying? The Tigris River. The Tigris River drying up.
Hey, when you get ready to go to bed, grab your blue blanket hanging right there on that thing. I watch.
All right. So yeah, man, that's what we seeing right now. But it's gonna be more. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be more drying up. Hold up. The growing demand for water combined with an ever-warming climate has caused lakes and rivers across the world to dry up. The American Southwest is a good example. The Colorado River, the Lake Mead, so like if I said that wrong, Lake Mead and Lake Powell have all been consistently dwindling for decades. Let me see what that word, you can get into that word.
Dwindling.
Oh yeah, gradually diminishing in size, amount, or strength. So yeah, look at them. Look at these pictures, man. These used to be full rivers. Now the Most High put His hand. Now the Most High is judging this place, and prophecies got to be fulfilled. So these places that used to be full rivers is now, you know, puddles of water. You know, so let's go back to Joel real quick before I close this video. Man, this is proof that, you know, we living in these times, man. You know, we living in these times. The Bible is indeed real. And it's telling you what's going to happen before it happens, man. It's putting you on game so you won't be caught off guard. The beasts of the field cry also unto thee, for the rivers of water are dried up, and the fire hath divided the pastures of the wilderness. Right? So this is what we getting into right here, man. All this stuff that's going on with the wheat, with the cattle, with the rivers drying up, with the food crisis, with the warehouses getting burnt up. You know what I'm saying? Animals getting sick, food shortage. All this is Bible prophecy, man. You know what I'm saying? This is proof. This Bible is indeed real. You know, so we got to make sure that we have our spirit right, because a famine is coming. Pestilence is coming. Violence is coming to a place near you. Repent or perish. Shalom.